God, I will testify for you of all this love, 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 and intimate attention you show to me. Like yesterday, I'm telling my daughter and my manager, I said, this deal that we had, this was just a deal from God, right? Like God's hand was just all over the deal for our numbers. Amber and I have these numbers, 11, 7, and 7, 11, and they were just showing up all over the deal. That in the middle of the deal, the lady had to go get some paperwork. So while she went to get some paperwork, I went to the bank. I'm telling the lady at the bank that I'm sending this wire for this huge amount, but I said, I'm not worried. God is going to replenish that account. Can you believe the lady ended up, she said, look, I don't want to finance anymore. I'm going to just pay you cash. She met me at the bank to pay me cash, guys. It was just God. God's hand was all over that deal. I said, guys, there's no way all of this orchestrated on its own, because the grandson was there and the grandson needed a co-signer. He said, no, I don't have anybody to co-sign with me. Next thing, within minutes, the grandma shows up. Within minutes, it wasn't even 30 minutes before that grandmother got there. And she didn't just finance a car for him and co-sign with him. She purchased the car for him cash. And nobody can tell me that all lined up on its own, right? So I'm telling them about it, and they say, and Amber say, Mommy, we agree with you. This was a deal from God. Okay, we believe you. And I just use that as an opportunity to tell them that everything we do, everything we have is ultimately a gift from God, you know? So fast forward this morning, I'm going to the God tree. Even with a messed up toe that I hit, I'm limping to the God tree, you know. But I said, I can't miss it. And can you believe it was a story there? It was 6:42, so I went to page 64 of our family's website, werollwithgod.com. And it was a story from our manager. It says, our manager made me so happy when he said that a customer that purchased a car, purchased Saturday, was a deal sent by God. He just saw God's hand in the entire transaction. Exactly what I told Amber and our manager yesterday. That this was just a deal set by God. Like nobody could argue with me. Nobody. Even the bank lady was like in amazement. She looked at our account at one moment. Is this amount? And then the next moment is another amount. She said, wow. She said, you said it. You said that God would replenish that account. And that's my story with God. His intimate attention to my life, to every aspect of my life, man, guys. How could he be so concerned? I'm there telling the customer, look, this life is too hard. You need help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Ask somebody to co-sign with you. Next thing, the grandma shows up and saying, I don't want to finance. I'm going to just buy this car cash. And he hasn't even been in touch with the grandmother, you know. He hasn't even been in touch with the grandmother. So the grandmother was so happy, guys, to come there and try and help him out, because he's working 2 jobs. And I'm looking at his pay stubs, right, guys? And I just see all my numbers from God, 411, 11:7, 211. Like, it was just like God was just whispering to me, Nick, help this guy for me. You know, so God will whisper to you what he would have you to do. Okay? So all day I want us just listening for God and what he is trying to get us to do. Okay? Because I saw the guy working so hard. He said, don't worry, Miss Nikki, I'll just catch the bus. I said, just try. I said, what can anybody say? They just say no. So you should hear me on the phone talking to everybody. Say, look, this is a customer that we're trying to help out here, and he's impressing me. He's working 2 jobs. So everything about our lives, guys, is really just ultimately God's view of us that counts. So I want us to just, what I told Amber and that manager, that everything we do, let's just glorify God, man. Every situation, every circumstance, every decision, God, what would make you happy here? Okay, so we have to live in the world like I'm training my daughter. 1 foot on earth and 1 foot in heaven. So we're constantly listening to God, to all the cues and the nudges. For me, looking at the pay stub, and seeing all these numbers, and God just speaking to me in my heart, Nick, help him. Nick, help him. Nick, help him. So God will be talking to us all these different ways. Like riding home last night, Amber and I were in amazement how there was a song that played, No Brainer by Justin Bieber. And they mentioned the name Ben Franklin, and that was our cue from God to try and get the girls enrolled in this school here. Ben Franklin was just named after Ben Franklin. And Amber and I were just in amazement how God had, we were just out one day with their dad, and I was setting up the Bluetooth, and that was the song to play. And that very day, we were supposed to call this school. So it's just like God, yes, guys, this is the way. So Amber and Julie ended up going to that school. Now our sons are there. And honestly, that school has just been such a blessing to us, guys. Emmy started his college early now. After they called us and told me that Emmy didn't have enough credits to graduate. I said, what? My son doesn't have enough credits to graduate. So we worked it out that not only did Emmy go hard and complete all those extra courses, my son got himself enrolled in college earlier than he was even. So not only did he's going to graduate with the credits, he's going to graduate with college credits, guys. See the power of God? That once we just keep our focus like this. That was the prayer yesterday that I shared, that asking God to please refine our focus. God, what is it that you would have us to focus on? Let us not get distracted by silly things and craziness, So guys, do not play around with your relationship with God. We need Him. Is ultimately His view of us that counts for everything. He sees every heart. He sees the very depths of our hearts. He knows every thought that we think. He saw me in that office yesterday having that conversation with my daughter and my manager about how that deal was sent from God, only to go to page 64 today to confirm and say, yes. Yes, Nick, that was me sent you that deal. So do not miss out. God is our partner, guys. He is our life partner. And it's just for us to walk with Him. That Proverbs 3:5-6, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge God, and He will direct your path. So everything you do, everywhere where you go, everything you say, just acknowledge God. And it's so funny, the bank rep has been having conversations with God, and God is telling her the same thing He's telling me, Nick, be silent. Even up to this morning, He said, vent all your frustrations to me, but to others, I want you to be silent. So guys, let's keep rolling with Papa God. I promise you nothing better than this. He's our greatest friend. Okay, He comes and He comforts me in all my anxieties. Let me tell you, I get up from the bed so discouraged. But by the time I get back from that tree, guys, I'm dancing, I'm happy. I'm like, God, I love you too much. So let God be the one to love you. Acknowledge Him in all your ways, guys. Get to know Him for yourself. I don't want to be this close to Him by myself, man. Get close to Him. That was the best advice from my brother Kevin. Nix, only thing I could tell you, get closer to God. Make God your priority. Okay, so every moment, every second, let's make God our priority. I promise you, you don't lose with Papa God on your side. Peace.